This is the regular meeting of the Mobile City Council, Tuesday, January 23rd. Please stand for our invocation led by Councilman Daves, District 5, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Almighty God, maker of all things, Father and Judge of all humankind, be with us today as we take up the business of the city of Mobile. Lead us in appropriate directions to make sure that we keep the safety, security of all of our constituents at all times uppermost in our minds, and that through our common efforts, we are able to provide the best city in the city and state that can be provided. Thank you for these and your many blessings. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, President Small.
Here.
Vice President Gregory. Here. Councilmember Penn.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Here.
Councilmember Daves.
Here.
Councilmember Woods.
Here.
Statement of rules.
And good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see everybody this morning. Welcome to our January 23rd meeting. At this meeting, we do have rules. At this time, I ask if anyone have any type of electronic device, please at this time put on the off or the vibrator position, the off or the vibrator position. Any person that is desiring to address the council must sign in indicating the resolution, the ordinance, appeal, or public hearing agenda item before entering the meeting. When addressing the council, the speaker must give his or her name. Any person that is desiring to address the council on another agenda item must contact the city clerk office no later than 2:00 p.m. the Thursday prior to the council meeting. The subject that he or she wishes to express to the council must be identified and pertain to the city of Mobile business. Anyone who has not given proper notice to the city clerk office and wishes to speak on another agenda item will not be allowed to do so. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the council. A bell will sound to indicate the end of 2 minutes. 1 minute remains for summarizing. The second bell indicates that your time has expired. When addressing the council, there is to be no personal address to any individual council members. All statements are to be made to the chair, who will recognize any council member who wishes to respond. To maintain decorum, there will be no undue applause and or public outcry allowed. Madam Clerk.
Approval of minutes of January 9th and 16th.
So moved. Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Is approved.
Communications from Mayor Stimson.
It's good morning. Good to see everyone this morning. We appreciate you taking time to be here. I think everybody in Mobile knows this, but a lot of anticipation and excitement in there about Mardi Gras just right around the corner. Matter of fact, it's not around the corner. It's going to hit us in the face here this Friday. So anyway, all the city employees are diligently preparing to make sure that it's a great experience for our visitors as well as our citizens, as well as all of those that are riding the floats. One of my announcements this morning is really a first ever, and it has to do with a partnership that's been established between the Alabama State Council on the Arts and the Mobile Arts Council, where they have selected Mobile's first poet laureate. And we've never had one before, and so they have made a recommendation that Dr. Charlotte Pence serve in that position to begin with. Charlotte Pence is a professor of the English department at the University of South Alabama and has been in that position since 2017, and she's the director of the Stokes Center for Creative Writing. This will be an honorary position with the city of Mobile. She'll serve for 2 years, and she'll actually be working with a lot of our young people, encouraging them to explore poetry and find their own unique voice. During this 2-year period, she'll also be leading educational workshops with our youth, participating in city events, writing original works of poetry about our historic community. And we're excited to introduce Ms. Pence to you at this time. So, Ms. Pence, our new poet laureate.
Okay, great. Well, good morning. Thank you so much. It is a real honor to serve as Mobile's inaugural Poet Laureate. Thank you, Mayor, for those kind remarks. I also just want to take a moment to thank the Mobile Arts Council, the Alabama State Council on the Arts, and Mobile itself for establishing this position and valuing the literary arts in our diverse and vibrant historical city. I'm very excited to be able to serve in this way. Thank you.
And Ms. Pence, I apologize for not referring to you as Dr. Pence.
I'm really not particular.
But thank you, Dr. Pence. We look forward to working with you.
It'll be great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My first proclamation has to do with Housing First, and I'd ask Derek Boulware and Asha Staples to please come to the podium, and I'll read the proclamation. And it reads, whereas the City of Mobile recognizes the invaluable commitment and unwavering dedication of Housing First, Inc., and their tireless efforts to address homelessness within our community, and whereas the snapshot of homelessness obtained through the point-in-time count has empowered Housing First, Incorporated for a decade to understand the needs of the community and offering vital resources, services, and pathways towards stability and empowerment through Project Homeless Connect, and whereas the 10 years of commitment and impact of Housing First, Inc. in executing Project Homeless Connect reflects their deep-seated compassion, resilience, and dedication to fostering a more inclusive and supportive community for all. Now, therefore, I, William S. Stimson, the 108th Mayor of the City of Mobile, do hereby officially recognize Housing First, Inc. for their 10 years of steadfast service, compassion, and unwavering commitment to addressing homelessness in Mobile. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, and I want to thank the mayor and his administration again. The collaboration between his office and his staff and is outstanding, and it allows us to do what we need to do. I'd like to thank the City Council of Mobile, each and every one of you. I've had the pleasure and the honor of meeting with each of you over the years to talk about homelessness in Mobile, the efforts of Housing First, our challenges, our successes, where the city is going, where we've been, and each and every time you have treated the subject of homelessness and our meetings with the priority that we appreciate. And so, again, our appreciation goes out to this government here in Mobile, helping to end homelessness. And with that, I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up this week, but what's happening today. So in Mobile, today is the point-in-time count. As the mayor mentioned in the proclamation, Mobile is one of 450 cities around the nation that's doing this week. It's a mandate by the Department of Housing and Urban Development that we count the number of homeless on a day and night count to give a snapshot of homelessness, to give us an idea of the demographics, sort of trends, what they're seeing all across America. Mobile plays an important role in that information that then is collected by Housing First with our volunteers and then submitted to HUD as a report. And so that information is used so the government can make informed. So important from a data standpoint and collecting it and getting it right. Now, what's happening on Friday is also an important event. This is the 10th annual Project Homeless Connect. It's an opportunity for the community to really pull together on something to help individuals that are homeless with a hand up. We'll have the University of South Alabama's medical component. There are two judges from your municipal courts that will be present, volunteer lawyers. ALEA will be there to issue state-issued IDs to individuals that are homeless. Outstanding last year, we saw about 530 individuals that met the government's definition of homeless at this event. Many of you were there, and I had an opportunity to introduce you to some of the supporters and some of the service agencies. But there were over 600 volunteers last year that came out to participate in this event. We're anticipating a similar outpouring of support. And again, your support of what Housing First is doing and what all the agencies are doing to try to mitigate the effects of homelessness on our city is appreciated. Your presence is appreciated. The mayor's support is very much appreciated. And I think it goes a long way to showing anyone that's interested, is Mobile doing things the right way? Are they trying to do better? Are we trying to address this issue? And I think the answer is yes. So again, without any other questions, I apologize if the microphone wasn't on. But if there are any questions for us, Asha Staples and I will be glad to answer those.
What time again and where on Friday?
So Friday, it'll be held at the grounds, the Mobile Fairgrounds. It'll be from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. And so you're all welcome to come out. I want a special thank you to Councilman Woods and his support at the grounds. So again, if you can come out, we'd love to have you out there. We'd love for you to see this. I know many of you have been out there in the years past. Councilman Reynolds, Councilman Penn, Councilman Carroll. I think I've seen everyone there. And so again, it'll be this Friday. Please come out. We appreciate your support. And with that, if there are no other questions, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all.
My next proclamation has to do with the Senior Bowl, and I'd ask Scott Cooper and Jim Nagy to please come to the podium. Yep, y'all can both, because we'll take a picture in a second, Scott, from there. You can join them. Yep. Big year for the Senior Bowl, 75 years that they've been having the games here in Mobile. The proclamation reads, whereas the Senior Bowl is the longest continual running all-star football game in the United States and has taken place in Mobile, Alabama for 75 years, and whereas elite draft prospects from around the country are selected to showcase their talent and connect with coaches and decision makers for all 32 NFL teams, and whereas in 2023, the Senior Bowl produced 100 total picks for the third straight year, representing 40% of the entire NFL draft. And whereas the phrase, the draft starts in Mobile, is an iconic phrase associated with the Senior Bowl and has been nationally acknowledged in college and NFL football, helping to bring attention to the city of Mobile. And whereas throughout the entire year, the Senior Bowl participates in community programs such as the Mobile Baldwin Athletic Partnership, the Turkey Bowl, the Mobile Touchdown Club, the High School Charity Ticket Program, and the NFL Flag League. And whereas the Senior Bowl supports the city of Mobile and local businesses by hosting their Senior Bowl parade, free concert, jersey drops, and more leading to the game each year. Now, therefore, I, William S. Stimson, the 108th Mayor of the city of Mobile, do hereby officially recognize as the Senior Bowl, during the Senior Bowl's 75th anniversary, proclaimed February 3rd, 2024 as Senior Bowl Day. Congratulations. Y'all all gonna stand in the picture? Yeah. You good? Good. Thank you. Remarks? Thanks. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a huge honor that we're being recognized, the game's being recognized, and thank you to the council. We've really stepped up in support of the game. I see our role, I see my role at the Senior Bowl as being a steward to this city. This is my 6th year at the Senior Bowl, and that's all we've tried to do is strengthen this game in our community. I think everyone on the council is aware of some of the challenges we've had over the years, and to keep this game strong, and I feel like we're at our best point we've ever been, it's through a lot of your support and a lot of hard work from the people here. I want to thank the council for coordinating this ticket drop that we have launching today with 500 tickets being distributed to our members of our community. We are very excited about our 75th anniversary celebration. We'll be bringing back 20 of our all-time greats for the gala on Friday night. We'll be honoring those men at halftime of the game. So it's a big year for us. And then I should also mention that the concert that the city's contributions allow us to have every year, and it's really brought this game to a different level, just creating different events throughout the week and making this game, in my mind, immovable. This game's going to be in Mobile forever, and hopefully we'll continue to keep it strong. So thank you so much. Thank you to Scott Cooper, our president of the Massa Board, for all his support, and we're looking forward to a great game. February 3rd, to me, I've been saying, is the quintessential Mobile Day. We moved our kickoff to noon to accommodate the Mardi Gras parades, and then we will have your concert with the Counting Crows in Mardi Gras Park that night. So it couldn't get more Mobile than that. So thank you for this honor, this recognition, and looking forward to a great week next week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Carol.
May I also speak extremely highly of the Senior Bowl. What a tremendous experience it was for myself to actually play in the game in 1993. Don't normally speak about past lives that I had, like sports and things like that, but I am a Senior Bowl alumni and had a great time in the game and had a great time with the coaches and going through the experience. It was a tremendous, tremendous experience for me. And as I tell so many people, a lot of times life is about learning, but learning is more about the experience and experiencing things as reading them sometimes. So thank you. And being that I think that I am the only city employee or elected official to ever play in the Senior Bowl, I want to petition to be part of the Hall of Fame.
Mr. Carroll, I'd have to make one correction there. There are two Senior Bowl people here. I was the manager of the Senior Bowl in 1970, okay? As a senior at UMS, I was the water boy, okay? That's just an aside, okay? So a little earlier this morning, I had the distinct honor of joining a contingent of people at the terminal, the low-fare terminal at Brookley, announcing that Breeze Airways is going to be flying out of Mobile. A huge announcement for the city of Mobile. This didn't just happen. Actually, it started, the seeds were planted for this in October of 2021. Breeze did not start flying until 2021. And almost their entire fleet is made up of the A220. And their whole business model revolves around the Airbus A220. And so today they announced that they'll be having direct flights to Orlando and then to Providence, Rhode Island. And that starts in April 10th, I think, right? Something like April 10th. $39 ticket to Orlando. So I know that there'll be a lot of people that think, well, it's true. If you can get to Orlando for $39, that gives you a whole lot more money to spend on whatever else you may do while you're there. So having Breeze come, when, as I mentioned, it was in October of 2021, the chairman, David Neilman, was here to accept the first A220 from Airbus. And it was during that meeting that we had a conversation with him and told him we were excited about supplying airplanes for him, but what we really wanted was we wanted Breeze to fly out of Mobile, with direct flights. And Breeze is one of the fastest growing airlines in the country right now. And every week they are announcing new locations, new destinations. And I think that bodes very well for not only Airbus as they continue to supply the A220 to them, but it also bodes well for the city of Mobile. So great things continue to happen in the city. Thank you, Mr. President.
May I ask at this time that the representative from Lifelines would come on down, please. For the proclamation of Alabama Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Proclamation, whereas Alabama Human Trafficking Awareness Month was established in January of 2011 in observance of National Human Trafficking Awareness Day to proclaim the equality and freedom of all people, to advocate for legislation to educate leaders and to encourage the public awareness to various forms of human trafficking. And whereas human trafficking is a public health issue and crime that affect individuals, families, and communities across generations, exposing the most vulnerable among us and weakening our collective well-being. And whereas human trafficking occurs when an adult or a child is recruited, harbored, obtained, or exported through forces, fraud, the purposes of sexual, forced labors, involuntary sortable, debt bondage, and other methods of slavery. And whereas the City of Mobile and Lifeline Counseling Services seeks to enhance the public welfare, protect public safety, and promote human flourish for all residents by declaring that freedom from human trafficking is fundamental human rights. And whereas the National Human Trafficking and Prevention Month is an opportunity to raise awareness and educate everyone how they can prevent and respond to human trafficking. And now, therefore, I, President C.J. Small, the members of the Mobile City Council, along with the Mayor Stimson, do hereby proclaim January 2024 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month. We encourage all citizens to join us in raising the visibility of this crime and become more informed about ways to prevent, recognize, and respond to potential victims within our community. Done at the City of Mobile, Alabama, on this 23rd day of January 2024. This is signed by all elected officials. Congratulations. Council. Here you go.
We have kind of a good group, but we have a lot of really important folks here.
Mr. Mayor. Stay in front. Stand right over there.
Thank you very much. Just have a few words that I would like to say. First of all, thank you so much for this recognition. Understanding what human trafficking is in our community is really important to all of us, and I have a lot of folks with me that are the unsung heroes behind the scenes that do the really hard work, and I want to make sure that they are recognized today. By receiving this recognition, we are starting a conversation, and that's what we need to have, is we need to be able to talk about human trafficking. We need to understand what it is and how we can eradicate it within our community. So with me, on behalf of myself and my colleagues at Lifelines Counseling Services, I also have Elena Chris with the Little Tree Project, which is a nonprofit organization in Baldwin County for human trafficking. Our federal partners are with the Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney's Office. And we also have Brianna and Cricket Biger, who are part of Stopping Traffic, which is also a nonprofit organization for human trafficking awareness and prevention here in Mobile. So again, thank you very much for this.
Yeah.
Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Agenda is adopted.
Appeals, we have requests for waiver of the noise ordinance on March the 7th, March the 8th, March the 9th, and March the 10th, all in Cathedral Square.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Appeal passes.
Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. David Bulwer.
He left.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Travis Castle.
Mr. Castle present? All right, Madam Clerk.
Reggie Hill regarding Resolution 21054, 21056, 01070, 21075, and 21078.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Before I begin, thanks to Mr. John McLean. For 4 years, I sell game day programs at the Senior Bowl, so maybe I can be added to the Hall of Fame as well. To the citizens and stakeholders of Mobile, greetings. Reggie Hill is my name. I rise today to continue a conversation in which we can add the exactuals on the record about these matters that appear on our agenda week after week. I would like to begin, please, with 21-054. I asked a question about this last week, and I haven't heard a response from anyone on this dais or anyone in the executive branch, and I just want to know what recommendations for procedure are being made regarding this consultation for our boards and commissions, as well how much money have we already spent on this project. I'm going to omit 21-056 since we have 21-078 on the agenda today. If we could, please look at 01-070, and this is this not to exceed $80,000 for the tennis lessons. We see this on the agenda quite often, and there are some issues. I spoke with Mr. Carroll about this before, but there hasn't been any follow-up regarding just something as simple as basketball goals at one of the local parks being fixed. So we're hoping that if we're going to continue putting resources in this capacity, that we would handle the minute matters as well to actually impact our more underserved communities. If you will, please, let's look at 21-075. I don't understand how we missed this. This is the nearly $300,000 for the brick wall at the Civic Center. From my understanding from the pre-meeting today, this is additional money. So as I've said time and time before, these resources continue being added to this. The thing that's interesting, we still have yet to spend a copper penny on the inside. So we'd just like to know what evaluations are being done and what are the previous positions from what I guess our consulting firms that have been in place. Like what exactly are they doing? Like what are we paying for if these types of things are being missed and we spent nearly $50 million already on the property? If you would please, 21-078. This is the $906,000 for the drain maintenance. To me, this resembles the contracts with no accountability. I believe that was chapter 14 and 34 of the municipal code. We were discussing that potential increase of like 15 to 30,000 and 50,000 to 100,000. The reason why I say is because from what I understood from the pre-meeting, it's just a blank slate of money. So this is basically the same thing where we don't know really what's going on. So there are a lot of serious matters that I think we need to discuss that we're going to have to speak on in the coming days. But please, if we can have just some level of response for these inquiries for today. Thank you for you on the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Clerk.
CIP resolutions held over. 21050, authorized contract with Dorsey and Dorsey Engineering for 2024 CIP resurfacing District 6 and 7.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item pass.
Resolutions held over. 08051, approved purchase order to Buster Miles Ford for Ford Escape SUVs for community and housing development. 08052, approved purchase order to kitchen equipment and supply for serving glasses and dishwasher racks. The Convention Center. 08053, approved purchase order to Shaw Contract Flooring Services for Rakes and Speed Clean Turf Sweepers for Parks and Rec. 21054, authorized contract with Dominican Resources for review and consultation of city boards and commissions. 21055, authorized amendment to contract with Mott McDonald Architects, Inc. for the Africatown Welcome Center. 21056, authorized contract with Michael Baker International for MS4 Stormwater Management Professional Services. 21-057 and 058 are authorizing contract of AACRC and DBMIMS-PC doing business as Tillman's Corner Veterinary Hospital for veterinary services, supplies, and medicines for animal services. 21-059, authorized contract of industry services for fire training tower repairs. 21-060, authorized contract of Kimley Horn and Associates for Western Bayfront resurfacing. 60-061, authorized settlement agreement and release of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
Consent resolutions being introduced, 58-063 through 60-066.
Move to waive the rules for immediate consideration of these resolutions as read.
Second.
Properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Rules waived.
58-063 and 064 are declaring weeds noxious, Group 1652, and authorizing removal of weeds 1651. 60-065 and 066 are determining appropriations to Housing First, Inc. and Hillsdale Heights Homeowners Association, Inc. serve for public purpose and approving payment.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
CIP resolutions being introduced, 08067.
By council rules, this will lay over for 1 week.
Resolutions being introduced, 01068 through 01082.
By council rules, these resolutions will be laid over for 1 week.
Call for public hearings, 41080, call for public hearing to consider modification of a previously approved PUD for property located at 5041 Rangeline Crossing Drive, scheduled February 14th. 41081, call for public hearing to consider modification of a previously approved PUD for property located at 3220 Airport Boulevard, scheduled February 14th.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Public hearing is called.
Announcements.
District 1, Councilman Penn.
Thank you, Mr. President. On today, Mothers Involved Against Gun Violence will be having a meeting, an all-call meeting at Kiwanis Boys and Girls Club. It will start at 6 p.m. Topic of discussion, saving our youth, resource structure, building team, and preventing violence. Everyone is invited to attend this meeting. If you would like to get more contact, you can email mothersinvolved2023@gmail.com or contact Ms. Hill. That's here today. Ms. Hill, thank you, Ms. Hill, for all the work that you're doing in our community. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Penn. District 2, Councilman Carroll. No announcements. District 4, Councilman Reynolds.
No announcements.
District 5, Councilman Day.
No announcements, Mr. President.
District 6, Councilman Woods.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Part of the day's agenda did want to point out was kickstarting the 2024 resurfacing plan in District 6. So Blue Ridge, Elma, General Bullard, Western Hills, Woodland, West Road, West Drive. So that's did want to point that out as far as announcements concerned. Thanks.
District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. President. Want to remind everyone that there will be a Public Safety Committee meeting following the council meeting beginning at 1 o'clock today. This is a follow-up from our Peace Forum on January 13th. We have 3 speakers we have invited to come to provide more information on what they delivered earlier in the month. So just look forward to hearing from them. Again, it is at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the Public Safety Committee meeting.
Anything from the administration?
Motion to adjourn.
Properly moved and second in discussion.